Fellow landlords, you're not going to believe this. Yes, you will. The Legal Aid Society of the State of New York strikes again. Just recently, they posted on Twitter comments regarding Good Cause Eviction. Now, we're not going to go into great detail about what Good Cause Eviction is, because at the end of this video, we will have links to 2 videos that we have done regarding Good Cause Eviction. One of those videos is our testimony on January 7, 2022, at a joint committee hearing of the New York State Senate in opposition to Good Cause Eviction. In a nutshell, what this means is that you as the landlord, if Good Cause Eviction passes into law, you can evict your tenant for good cause. They're a nuisance to the neighbors and the other tenants, they're destroying the property, they're selling drugs, they're an absolute nuisance and you have to get rid of them. The problem is that in this legislation, there's nothing clearly stating what is a nuisance. So in one jurisdiction, you can state your causes to the judge, and the judge can say, yes, you absolutely have good cause to evict your tenant. Tenant, you are evicted. 5 miles away, that same argument can be raised. And that judge can say, sorry, you don't have good enough cause. Therefore, your tenant remains. The eviction case is dismissed. Now get out of my courtroom. Now, another part of Good Cause Eviction that you can evict for is non-payment of rent. That is clear. By all the sponsors of the bill and all the supporters, non-payment of rent is good cause to evict your tenant. It's quite clear. But wait a minute. No, it is not. No, it's not. And that is because of the comments and posts by the Legal Aid Society just recently on Twitter. And here is what they tweeted. No one should be forced to decide between paying rent and going to the doctor. Good cause would protect tenants from being evicted while trying to balance their care and treatment. New York State must pass Good Cause now. Now, Legal Aid Society and your allies and friends, landlords are not evicting tenants because they're having a CAT scan done and they're paying money for that. Landlords are not evicting the tenants because they're having an operation on their toe or they're going through gender reassignment surgery. We don't care about any of that. We just want our rent paid. But if the tenant is taking their monies and paying for that treatment or whatever it might be and not paying the rent, they should clearly be able to evict the tenant for not paying the rent. Their health issues, no matter what they are, should not fall on the shoulders of landlords. But it seems as if the Legal Aid Society, if they have their way, and Good Cause Eviction legislation becomes law, when you take your tenant to court for non-payment of rent, they're going to bring up the defense, the argument, that the tenant is taking their money and spending it on their care and treatment for 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years, whatever that time frame may be. And therefore, Your Honor, they should not be evicted for non-payment of rent because they're taking their money and they're spending it on their health. So, for those sponsors and the supporters of Good Cause Eviction, when you tell us landlords that you can evict for non-payment of rent, and yet the Legal Aid Society has plans, because they showed their cards to us, the landlord advocates, and we're sharing them with you, that they have plans to use the defense that the tenant's medical bills trump paying the rent to the landlord. So they are, with their allies in the New York State Senate, the sponsor of the bill, Julia Salazar, Jabari Brisport, another supporter, Brad Holyman, Brian Kavanaugh in the State Senate. On the Assembly side, Harvey Epstein, Jeffrey Dinowitz, to name a few of the very robust supporters of Good Cause Eviction. It is clear to us that they are all devising ways and plans and methods to stop us from evicting tenants at all costs under Good Cause Eviction, even when the tenant is not paying the rent because they have medical bills and doctor bills to pay. None of that should ever fall on the shoulders of the landlords. We should be able to evict for non-payment of rent. We are not evicting because they're taking the money for medical bills. We respect that. But at the very end, we need to get the rent so that we can pay the bills and the mortgages and the debts on that property. It is not for the Legal Aid Society or the sponsors and supporters of Good Cause Eviction to stop us from evicting tenants for non-payment of rent. But it looks like they are trying to do that under this Good Cause Eviction. Landlords, you must contact your legislators, even those who are opposed to Good Cause Eviction, and tell them to kill this legislation now. Until then, we ask that you subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share this video with other landlords so that they will learn what you have learned here today.